Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Road to Ark Survival Evolved on the PS4. Today we are actually going to be talking about one of the coolest things I think in Ark is the beacons because it offers you an opportunity to get some cool items. So first off, on screen now you're seeing a screenshot from the arkgamepedia.com, which actually I'll link down because all of my information really came from there for the most part. So the locations of beacons are always set in stone and they'll randomly generate across the map. So they won't always be there, but they'll be within those spots. So moving on from that, right now you're seeing the level requirements for each beacon. So white beacon is 3, green is 15, blue is 25, purple is 35, yellow is 45, and red is 60 for normal. And then down below you can see the Scorched Earth 2, which is the add-on. So how beacons really work is the white ones will have like the most standard items, and then progressively as you get higher to like the levels, so say you're at red, then that'll have the best like metal items and guns and armor. So moving on from that, right now you're seeing just a white beacon, and a few items that you can get in there include cloth pants and cloth armor in general, and then stone tools, and you can get some normal berries and just everything for standard items, more or less. So right now on screen, you're seeing just a randomly generated beacon drop, just some of the items that they got. Moving on, green beacon, you see that on screen right now. And a few items that come from that is for weapons, it'd be the bow with stone arrows and trank arrows and hide armor this time instead of cloth. And then you have a lot of wooden tools and stuff like that again. So not too much difference with the green beacon. So now moving on to the blue beacon. And right now on screen you see the blue beacon coming down. And actually on top that like lightning ball is it's a symbol for the beacon is still like dropping and it is on its descent. So you really don't want to be near it, or because if you're under it or anything like that, you can die. And also, if you try and grab it too soon, you can actually destroy the beacon and you won't get anything. And beacons, actually, when they're down for an extended period of time, they'll actually disappear after a while. So that's one thing to keep in mind. You always want to check your beacons when you're playing, especially if you know where they are. So, the blue beacon contains mostly Chichen uh, armor and metal tools, so you're actually getting into some of the metal stuff now at level 25, and it also includes like metal door frame, metal ceiling, so a lot of metal items in that one. So now moving on to the purple beacon, which you actually start to get into some of the cooler loot, I think, at least. So, a few of the things that you can get from this are actually the standard weapons, such as the simple pistol, long neck rifle, shotgun, and some of the saddles. And also for attachments, you can get like grenades, scope attachment, and a couple of other metal items that you weren't able to get in the blue. Now, moving on from that to the yellow, which is actually the second last one. This is the beacon that you actually unlock flak items, and also the fabricated pistol comes in this, and a couple of other saddles, such as like the Megalodon, the Sabertooth, and the Carno. So get into some of those cool saddles for sure. Also, it comes with a few new electrical things, metal windows, and stuff like that. So now to the last beacon that you unlock, actually, the red beacon comes with some of the end game type weapons, such as the assault rifle and the rocket launcher, and also C4. And it comes with some of the cooler saddles, like the T-Rex saddle, the Bronto saddle. And also comes with a few other items like the air conditioner, which is kind of funny, remote keypad so you can lock stuff, the auto turret. So some really cool things with that. That pretty much sums it up. But there's one thing that I actually wanted to mention is with each item that you find within how do I put this, beacons, you can find different levels of the items. So for example, like starting level for items is primitive. And then next is ramshackle, and some of these items will spawn in the beacons, and they're actually increased like multipliers. So as you get higher and higher items, uh, they have better multipliers, which I'll actually throw on screen just to show you, and that'll give you an idea of how you would find these. So in white beacons, you'll always find primitive items, and then green beacons, you have the opportunity of finding ramshackle items, which have just a bit better multiplier than primitive. And then next, in blue, you can find apprentice items. In purple, you can find journeyman, which are starting to get to the higher multipliers and way better items. And then in yellow, you can find mastercraft. And in red, in the final top tier, is ascendant, and that has a multiplier of, or a random multiplier of 10, as you guys can see on screen. So a lot of those items, if you find them in Ascendant, they're definitely endgame things, and you want to keep them and make sure you never lose them or anything like that, because they're super important. Well, anyways, that pretty much sums up beacons. Not a lot to say, but I will leave down the link in the description, as I said before, to the Arc Gamepedia website, so you guys can look through and see all the different types of items that you can get. And there's a lot that I didn't mention, especially some of the saddles that maybe what dinosaur you want to get when you're playing in that stuff, which we'll have to cover in a different episode, but I don't know how I'm going to do that, because that's going to be a lot of things to cover. But anyways, I hope you guys did go on to enjoy this episode of Road to Ark Survival Evolve, and I hope you guys stay tuned for the next one coming next week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See ya.